Hey everyone. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to play Topaz 25. Topaz 25 is a trick-taking game, and we're going to jump right into the rules. So what's going to happen is we're all going to get the same number of cards. There are 3 rounds in Topaz 25, and whoever has the most points at the end of those 3 rounds is going to win the game. All right? So Topaz 25 is played with a special deck of cards. The cards are in 4 suits. So the 4 suits are green, red, blue, and yellow. And depending on the player count, the maximum card in each suit changes. So let me just refresh my memory here. So we're in a 4-player game. So yes, so you have the cards 1 through 13 in each suit. And the Topaz suit is special. And I'll explain how that works in a second. Okay. So the highest card in each suit in a 4-player game is 13. So it's almost like a standard deck of cards 1 through 13 in each suit, with the exception of Topaz. All right. So this follows the mold of a standard trick-taking game. So all of us are going to play 1 card. That set of cards is called a trick. Someone is going to win the trick. And if you win the trick, you get to go first for the next trick. So you become the lead player for the next trick. Whatever suit the first player plays, everyone else has to follow suit if they can. So if I play a red card as the first player, everyone else has to play a red card. Unless they don't have one, then they can play whatever they want. Topaz 25 also has a trump suit. A trump suit is one suit that is more powerful than all the other suits. So in Topaz 25, the trump suit is emeralds, or green. Green, emeralds, same thing. So a green card will beat any other card and can only be beaten by a higher green card. So if I play a red card and everyone else is forced to play red, and you don't have a red card, but you have a green card and you play a green card, that green card will win the trick, unless it's superseded by a higher green card. Okay, so green trumps all the other suits. So that part is standard trick taking. Now, there's a few wrinkles in the game, so let's go through them one by one. The first wrinkle is what you are trying to do in the game in any particular round is you are trying to get to 25 points without going over. The way you get points is every time you win a trick, the card that you won the trick with, the rank of that card gets added to your score. So if I win the trick with a 12, whatever, let's say I win the trick with a red 12, that 12 gets added to my score, and now I'm at 12 points. And I'm trying to get to 25 without going over. So this top number in my box shows me how many points I have in this particular round. Okay, so let's just play through a few examples. So let's say I actually try to win with a red 12. The highest red card in the game is the 13. But let's hope the bots don't play it. Even if they do, it's fine. Great. So I won the trick with the red 12, and now I have 12 points. So I'm already almost halfway to my 25 points. Now, I'm trying not to go over 25. So getting under 25 or hitting 25 exactly is fine, but going over 25 means I bust, and I will take negative. That will be bad for me at the end of the round. Okay, so that's my objective in the game. Now let's talk about what happens when the round ends. So when the round ends, you look at everyone's top number. Whoever got closest to 25 gets 3 points. If you didn't get closest to 25, but you're still under 25, meaning you didn't bust, you get 2 points. If you hit 25 exactly, you get a bonus point. And if you busted, if you went over 25, you will get negative 1 point. You get a penalty of 1 point. And that 1 point that you lose is given to the winner of the round, who is the player who got the closest to 25 without going over. So if my score is 25, I will get 3 points for being the closest, plus 1 point for hitting 25 exactly, plus any points from people who went over. And all of those points, plus or minus, get added to my score in the game, which is the bottom number. So you'll notice all of us start with a game score of 5 points, and then after each round that goes up or down. So you could drop to 4 points if you go above 25 in the round, or you could go, you could go up to 11 or 12. So that's how scoring works at the end of the round. So I don't know how to, you have a round score and you have a game score. So your round score is how close can I get to 25? And then based on what happens to your round score, your game score will go up or down based on what I just described. Now comes the final wrinkle of the game, which is the Topaz 5 card. So you'll notice in your hand, you have your cards, your regular cards and 4 suits, and then you have this Topaz 5 card, which is, it is a Topaz card. It should be colored yellow, but to indicate that it's special, it has this orange color, but it's in the Topaz suit. Any card in your hand can be played as a Topaz 5. So this is the twist of the game. So the way you do that is, suppose I want to play this Sapphire 3 as a Topaz 5. First I will play the Topaz 5. So everyone sees I played a Topaz 5. And then I burn my Sapphire 3. So I get essentially, you'll notice I get 2 actions in a row. So you play the Topaz 5, and then whatever card you want to play as the Topaz 5, you click it, and now it's just permanently gone from your hand. So I played the Topaz 5. A Topaz 5 is a Topaz card, so everyone has to follow suit. So if they have a Topaz card, they have to play it. There are some constraints around the Topaz 5. So you can't just play it whenever you want. There's a few conditions where you can play it. If you're the first player in the trick, if you're leading the trick, you can play a Topaz 5. If the lead suit is Topaz, you can play a Topaz 5. If you don't have the lead suit, so let's say the lead suit is red and you don't have a red card, you can play a Topaz 5. And finally, if you only have 1 card left in the lead suit, you can play that card as the Topaz 5. So if the lead suit is red and I have 1 red card left, I can play my Topaz 5, and then it will force me to burn that last red card that I have. So basically, the first player can play Topaz 5 whenever. So other players looking at me playing a Topaz 5, they have no idea what I could have burned. That's hidden. If someone else plays a Topaz 5 later in the trick, if they're the second or third or fourth player, you know that either they had 1 card left in the lead suit, or they had 0 cards in the lead suit. And then there's the final situation where the lead suit was just Topaz. So again, you've given them a free pass to play anything they want as a Topaz 5. And the final constraint is that only 1 Topaz 5 can be played in the entire trick. So now that I've played a Topaz 5 in this trick, nobody else can play a Topaz 5 in this trick. Okay? So all of those constraints are summarized in the cheat sheet, which I'm just going to open for you. Right? So you can play the Topaz 5 if there's no Topaz 5 in the trick, and you go first. Lead suit is Topaz. You don't have the lead suit. You have 1 card left in the lead suit. And once you play the Topaz 5, you just burn a card from your hand. Now, why is the Topaz 5 card so interesting? And why would you want to play it? In order to get to 25 points in the round, you kind of have to control which tricks you win. You have to win some tricks so that your score goes up. But if you win too many tricks, you will go above 25 and bust, right? If I look at my own hand, I already have 12 points. If I win a trick with the 11, I'm up to 23. And then once I get to 23, I really don't want to win any more tricks except with maybe a very low number, which is hard because winning tricks with low numbers is just hard unless maybe you're winning it with a trump card. If I had an Emerald 2, that might win a trick because I can play that Emerald offsuit, right? So the Topaz 5 is a good way to get rid of cards that you don't want, because maybe those cards would win too many tricks for you. So if you have a lot of emerald cards, if you have a lot of green cards, green is the trump suit, you might want to burn some of those as a Topaz 5 strategically so that you're not stuck with them in a situation where you have to play them as a green card and then risk winning the trick. Okay? So how you get to 25 using the numbers in your hand and which cards you choose to burn as a Topaz 25, and when you choose to play a Topaz 5, you might want to play a Topaz 5 just so that other players cannot, right? If other players can't play a Topaz 5, they have to play their cards as their actual cards. You might force them into a situation where they win a trick when they don't want to. So it's a very thinky game. I love this game. The decision space is super interesting, and we've had a lot of fun with this one. I hope you do too. So yeah, let us know how it goes, and thanks so much.